Hey guys, welcome back to Buster's Corner. Let's just see, we got the microphone working, desktop audio is working. We have the chat channel open. What time we got? 5 o'clock in the morning? Is it 5 o'clock? Yeah, 5:06. 5:06 a.m. Friday morning. Okay. Martinsville coming up here. And let's just see here. Um, there it is. Happy Easter, right? Don't we get to watch the Ten Commandments this weekend? I think that's on Easter. I don't know. Okay, maybe. Anywho, and then we're looking for this, right? The grandfather clock at Martinsville. All right, that's what we're looking at. Okay, let's stop this back over here. Okay, the setup is going to be 2.0G because our good buddy Greg who's got involved in this one. I had the basic setup going. Um, and Greg jumped on board there with me, and Greg's got out with COVID this week. I don't know, he's got it pretty bad, but he's able to turn a few laps while the rest of us are at work, which is awesome. Good for us. Sucks for him, but good for us. Thanks, Greg. Um, so he really got his thing tuned in for us. Like I said, from the base package I had, um, working some shocks and these toes are very, very important on the track this week, and Greg found out. And got those dialed in for us and some shocks and things like that. Quick note while we're here, if this car is too tight for you, and I haven't put this in the notes yet, see our low speed rebounds? Low speed rebound is going to affect the car on exit as far as when the front end comes back up, which tire in the back gets more pressure. So low speed rebound right here is at a 9, which means on exit, we're throwing more pressure to the left rear tire, which will tighten us up on exit. And there's a reason for that because turn 4 is a pinch off type of a turn. Like I think most turn 4s are that way. You know, 1 and 2 is a nice big sweeping turn, but coming up out of 4, they like to pinch you down right there. So you have a tendency to crank more wheel into the car than what you probably want or should need. And that creates a loose condition for us, a tight loose, if you will. So having this up so high helps prevent that. But if you feel you feel like you can handle it, you can lower this, increase this one, lower this one, or just lower this one down here. Versus the low speed compression. See here there's an 8, so we're putting more pressure on here with that 9 and this 8 on the car to be tight on exit, if you will. So you know you could do a 3 here and a 7 here. Okay, you can come up here and make this a 4 and an 8, or just so that's where you're going to adjust the loose and tight on this car, because it really depends on turn 4 and how much you can handle right there. If you get too much right here on turn 4, come lap 10 to 15, 15 to 20, the thing's going to snap loose on you. And that's why people are saying this car feels tight when we put it out for testing. Oh, the car is tight, the car is tight. Well, you're going to need that in turn 3 and 4. That's the issue. You guys just don't know it yet. You haven't turned enough laps. Um, okay, so that's that scenario. Brakes, 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 brakes. I tell you right now, you've got to develop your own brakes here. And I guess according to some people, just take your 1.5-mile brake setup and throw it in here. Actually, I was going to try that. These work for me. The 1 inch in the front, 3/4 in the back. To give you some examples, let me see here. Um, I think Greg's running a 7/8, 11/16, and 34.8. I never got Tom's numbers. He didn't. He said they're too far out of whack. At one point, I think I was doing 15/16, 7/8, um, and a 39.9 or 35 or 3.5. Okay. I even tried an inch and then 7/8 and 37.3. So there's always going to be and I'll show you in a second. In the middle of the turn, you're gonna get that front wheel to hop, and we just cannot get rid of that. Drinking my coffee here, guys. You're gonna get that left front wheel hop. We just can't get rid of it. It's either not enough weight in the left front tire, or there's bumps down there, or there's too much weight down there. But somewhere we're exceeding the 1.5 G's on that left front tire, and it's making it skip. Okay. Okay. Let me see here. Let's go to just give you some ideas of what we're running so far. This car is, the more you can stay focused in your mind and consistent, this car is off the hook or off the shelf. It's off of something. But it's very consistent. Once you get into a rhythm, 4 is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Look at it. I got in a real sync right there with that one this morning. And then here, up a little bit. So still 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. See, once you get into your rhythm, you can click off good lap times. All right. And Greg is doing, I think, 3s and 4s. The dude is killing. How he's got so much concentration and being so sick in his head, I don't know. But that's just kind of driver Greg is. And a lot of you guys are. A lot of you guys can do that consistency thing over and over and over again. I guess being 63 years old. Yeah, Perry, I'm 63. I'm older than you. Quit messing with me, you little fart. Just kidding, Perry with an E. But if you can get into a rhythm, you can clock out great times with this setup. It's there. I've seen Greg do it. I'm not as, I say, my mind wanders, and maybe it's just because I'm in the build process. I wind up thinking about other stuff, and I just can't seem to click off the same times. Okay. Let's go turn a few laps. Let's look at the track a little bit. You guys are all at work right now. It's 5 o'clock my time. It's 8 o'clock. You guys are just now punched into work back there on the East Coast. Okay. At least speed limit 35. So it's a third gear setup. Right? You come out to the wall. It's right down through here, and you hit this concrete. And maybe there are the lines right there on the concrete that's making that left front chirp. But for me, I'm right down through here. Now it's a one-lane race, right? We all know that. And that's the guy on the inside lane. We should look at that right there on motec, nice and slow, to see if there's any bumps. I will. We'll pull this up in motec here. Alright, so my brake bias, you see on my screen, I'm at 34.9. You want to turn that, make that number smaller, so you use more rear brake. But you get too far, and you stomp on that brake, and the car's going to jerk left, and you're in trouble. You may have to adjust this gear for track temperatures. So, we were running this one at 109 degrees last night, and now I'm at what, 85. So actually, it's pretty close. But you can adjust that gear if you're not coming up out of the corners like I am. You know what I mean? You're not coming up out here as fast as I am, type of a thing, or your lap times aren't as fast. Change that gear. change that gear. So you'll have me hit the rev limiter just about before I hit the brakes. Right there. And that's probably almost a little too late. I think Thompson is a little sooner. One, it tells you to back off the gas and when to hit the brakes so you're not overdriving the corners. So if you're not hitting that chip, change that gear till you are hitting that chip. So you're going to want to run practice laps on the servers and watch your temperatures and come up with your own formula of what fits you. Probably once we get through Monday night, we'll know what the track tips are going to be. And you probably lock that in on one certain number. Oh, who else is out sick? Kenny Coppola. I guess he's got COVID and pneumonia. Poor son of a bitch. That's really gotta hurt. See, so if I get a good run up off the corner, my chip's sitting just right. We'll just come up of turn 2. I'm still a little leery of turn 4. See, so coming out of turn 2, the backstretch, I think I'm getting more RPM out of it, aren't I? Yeah, it's a much easier turn to get out of. Oh, that's 11 laps. We're done. That was a 520. I'm also at 85. And last night, we were, like I said, we were at about 110 last night. Let's go see what we did here. All right, okay, messing around, messing around. Oh, that's all mess. That don't count. That's all junk. But here we go. 29. There's a 5, 6. Oh, a 4, 6, 5, 6s, 5, 6s, and wow, 6s and 5s for the whole thing. For me, that's really consistent for me. Usually I got a 9 in there somewhere, 9s and 8s. So that's pretty consistent for me. I did this one earlier. This one was 5s, 5s, 4s, 5s, 5s. See, there's a 7. See, there's a 7. 4s, 5s, and boom, a 7. Me, must have a good run, didn't I? This one here is probably on par for what I'm doing. 5s, 5s, 6s, 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 5s, 6s, 7s, 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 6s, 7s, and 8. There you go. The setup is very consistent. Greg did a great job with the shocks and stuff like that, and the toes and the cambers to just be very, very consistent, if you will. You can definitely lay down consistent laps. Because it's all about how hard the guy hits you in the ass in, right? How hard the guy's going to take you out. We know that's coming. Okay, let me hold on, set my coffee. Okay, let's go take a quick look at motec. All right, this one, right? Now I'm curious. This is the one we did the 20. Yeah, this one right here. Really? That one? This one. This one was on the brakes. See the dips right here was on the brakes right here. All right, let's go to the first one. Okay. Let me see. Can we see? No. Well, I guess the wheel spin would show us to see if we were down here in the middle of turns here. There's right down at the bottom of my screen. Left rear and right rear. The left rear shows a bump right there. They're both bumpy kind of going in. We got a bump right there and a smooth coming out. What we got here on this turn? Let's see. Corner entry, smooth coming in. We got a couple of bumps right there. And smooth going out. A big bump in the straightaway. He didn't show me what I was looking for. Okay. Okay, let's go back to. This is our 19485. Goes right in the middle of the corner. 101 100, 96 to 85. You're like, Bob, why is that like that? Well, Greg found that if he brought that left rear up a little bit, the car got a lot faster. And I think what he found, that's probably going to be an aero package issue down this straightaway um, by leveling up the back of that car. Huh. That's my guess. Um, that's my guess. Because typically you'd want that back level, and it's always been level. And that's the way it was when he got the setup for me, that was level. Um, that's also going to help that situation coming out of turn 4, um, which will tighten you up on exit. See, we're doing a lot of stuff here to get this car to rotate to that turn 4 evenly and fast and, consecutively, so you can do it over and over again. So let's see, 96.85 compared to, okay, -9. We've got our rake here, -9, 23, 18. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But so we got the reverse going on right here. Interesting, huh? That's how he nailed it. That's the top secret thing. Don't tell nobody. Okay. And let's see. As we look at in the middle of the turn, go to our right heights over here. And actually, this is going to be up, isn't it? Where typically it's the same. Our nose looks good. Got us up a tenth off in the back. That looks fine too. Just for the fun of it, it's in better shape than I thought it would be. Don't look at it much. The driver screen though, and Tom is working on this. On the short tracks, this doesn't really pan out right because we don't have enough G's in here to compensate for our wheels because the turn is so tight compared to a mile and a half. So I think Tom's working on something to look into that issue. There might be a default if you're not at a certain amount of speed. Then are you really scrubbing the tires? Because we don't want this wheel to be past 10 o'clock as our general rule, right? Yeah, is our general rule. But if the turn is too shallow and like Martinsville or even Richmond, less than a mile and a half, you're going to have this red wheel situation. So somewhere in here there needs to be, and maybe it's not possible through motec, that says if the speed is a certain speed, then it's okay to have this wheel out here like this. All right, that's what's going on there. Okay, I think that's about all I got, guys. Should be a short video here, right? What else? Let me see here. Oh, let's go to our notes. Let's take a quick look here. Free to share the name. There's our Facebook overlays by Tom. Our banners made by Ricky Thompson, Assistant Analyzer. Thanks, Greg Gurry. Greg Gurk, sorry you had COVID, but thanks for all the time you put in this setup, buddy. Third gear set, adjust geet gear if needed or track temperature. Brakes should be in a happy place. Adjust the bias as needed. Um, Let me see here. If you want to If you want to loosen the car, lower the right front, low speed. Ah, what is this? Rebound. All right, let's see. Loosen the car. Comma. Lower the right front, low speed rebound. Increase right. Increase left front. All right. Lower this one down. If you lower this down, increase this one, it's going to transfer the weight to the right rear, which is going to make the car want to come around. That's going to loosen you up. And then vice versa. I'm not going to put it in the thing, but you can also play with the low speed compressions right here. Go to a 3 to 7, if you will. Will also get you that condition. Okay, save as. Overwrite down. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, let's do this. In car. Okay, we're gonna go back to my fastest 474. So I'm gonna go back a couple laps. We'll pick it up on the 6.0 and just watch in car for a quick bit here, about 3 laps. See, hitting that rev limiter right there sets up for the braking zone. And as the car gets slower late in the run, that's gonna not be quite such a big deal. Now, are you behind a guy? Then you're gonna actually be braking sooner. You won't be hitting that chip at all if you're behind somebody. And if you're out front by yourself, it's going to help give you a smooth run. That was a 19.5 there. .4.7. This car is so smooth. If you can survive the race, I think we got a lot of wins coming this week. Be careful though coming out of that turn 4 if you got the car on the outside or you're trying to go for a pass on the inside. Make sure you don't crank this down too far into that asphalt right there. You touch that asphalt down there and you definitely got too much wheel into it. And then you know when you're out front and you're by yourself, you can let the front end unwind and get out to the wall. Let's see, am I doing that here? Am I leaving myself pinched off? Up to the wall. More, there's a whole lane right there. Move over. There you go. I should have got that outside lane sooner. Outside lane, outside lane. I think there you go. Tires are not an issue, guys. Tires are not an issue here at all. Alright, that's good. And actually, let's just, this was 15 laps I did right here. 193, 194, pretty close there. 99 to 100. I got a little more wear on the right front, which would tell you I'm probably a little on the tight side, or just a bad driver. So that's 15 laps. We got no tire wear. So even though you do have the fall off, I think I would still pit. But boy, you know what? Let me see something here. Where's my cheat sheet here? I'm looking to see how many laps this race is. Where's my schedule? There it is. Martinsville Speedway, 150 laps. Wow. I was only expecting 130. 150 laps. So, I guess I might pit every 50 laps. Lap 50, lap 100. Yeah, it takes you to the end. Because track position is going to be more important than anything else. So I think I would stay out until lap 50, and then I might get tires. All right. Okay. I think we're done here, guys. I think nobody's on the chat channel, and we're up to 27. I get less than 30 minutes. Okay, we got our notes down. To loosen the car, lower the right front, low speed rebound, increase the left front, low speed rebound. Okay. I would play with that, but you got to do 25 lap runs if you get to play with those shocks. Make sure it's going to handle it. All right, guys, we're out of here. Let me see here. Yep. Okay, we're done. All right. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And please give us a thumbs up down below if you found any use in this video at all, so others get a chance to see it. We are Buster's Corner. Let me see here. If you're new to us, we are Buster's Corner. The Discord, I believe, is in the notes. There's our Discord invite right there. This is our Discord channel. And all we do, you guys, we work on next gen together. Typically, I put out a setup. I'll take that back. Now that we got probably 3 or 4 of us that actually are building sets that are putting them out there, and we put them out there, and then what happens is that let's see, where is my builder buddies? We throw it out here, and these guys give it a run, and they give us feedback on what the car is doing. This is a Richmond Whip 3.2 tires check type thing. So the guys are doing that. The setups that I build go in here, the Busters, community setups, the ones the other guys put together. All right, which a lot of times are better than mine. How to install, NIS chatter, qualifying setups, so we put one together. Weekly track results are in here, or what you're doing for the week. We have a practice race each week. Okay, there's the rest we're working on. Voice channels, Tom's tech stuff, cheat sheets, my materials, NASCAR Hauler. You guys don't see NASCAR Hauler. That's where the admins get to talk about you guys. Okay, and we have a track archive. Once you become a driver status or above, you have access to our track archive information. Okay. There's motec, rules of the IRFFB stuff, Simhub stuff, stent analyzer information, other apps, other free shop links go in here. If you are a free setup shop and you want to link into here, let me know and we'll get you posted up into here. Car paints, actually Scott just put one out this week for the holidays. Stars and stripes. Okay. There's our decals if you want to paint your own cars, our decals. Admin questions. So that's what we do. All we do is next gen stuff, guys. Oh, actually, wait, let me go back. There is, if you're new to us, there actually is BC Trucks. Okay. So this is not quite as active I think guys try to keep their truck setups close to their chest, even though trucks have been out forever. Everybody should have a winning truck setup by now. So we're kind of working on truck setups together right there as well. Is the plan for BC trucks. All right. Um, that's it. If you want to donate to the channel, there's a PayPal link down below in the comments. If you want to throw in a couple of bucks for these servers that we pay for, we make no money from anybody. We don't charge for anything here. It's all self-supported through donations. Okay, that's it, guys. We're out of here. So want to check the nobody's on the chat. We're done. Yep. Happy race day, guys. Hope you enjoy the setup. I love this setup. Greg did a great job getting it tuned in for us. It's very comfortable to drive now compared to what we started with. Um, yeah, looking forward to this week. Looking forward to it. Trying to get off that dirt. Oh, God, I hated Bristol dirt. Actually, I didn't even race it. I did the pre-race, but I never did the actual race. I just couldn't stand it so much. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Happy race day.